Good morning, children. Today we discuss about the topic the judiciary. The High Court. The High Court is the highest court of justice in a state. Sometimes the Parliament may establish a common High Court for two or more states. Composition. Each High Court has a Chief Justice and other judges. The number of judges varies from state to state depending on the size of that particular state. Appointment. The Chief Justice of a High Court is appointed by the President of India in consultation with the Chief Justice of the Supreme Court and the Governor of the concerned state. The other judges are appointed by the President in consultation with the Chief Justice of India, the Governor, and the Chief Justice of the High Court. Eligibility. To be appointed as a judge of the High Court, a person must be a citizen of India and should have been an advocate of a High Court for at least 10 years. Term. The judges of a High Court retire at the age of 62. They may be removed by the President on grounds of proven misbehavior or incapacity. Jurisdiction and powers of High Court. The powers of High Court are limited to its territory, which includes the subordinate courts within it, and its authority is not applicable in the territories of other High Courts. The High Court enjoy original jurisdiction over civil and criminal cases, such as matters of company law, divorce, and contempt of court. A High Court has the power to issue writs for the enforcement of fundamental rights or for any other purpose. A High Court hears appeals against decisions made by the lower courts and has the power to review such decision. The High Court is a court of record. Its proceedings and decisions are available for reference in future cases. A High Court supervises the working of the subordinate courts and has authority over them. Subordinate courts. Below the High Courts are the district courts and other subordinate courts. District courts operate under the control of the High Court. District courts are of three types: civil courts, criminal courts, and revenue courts. The authority at the apex of the courts at the district levels is the district and session judge. The court of the district judge, also known as district court, is the highest court of civil justice. The subordinate courts below it are the court of the civil judge and the court of the munsip. The court of the sessions judge is the highest court for criminal justice in this district. The subordinate courts below it are the courts of the chief judicial magistrate, the first class judicial magistrate, and the second class judicial magistrates. At the village level are the courts known as Nyaya Panchayats. Civil disputes and criminal disputes. A civil dispute deals with cases concerning two individuals or entities, usually relating to money, property, marriage, divorce, inheritance, and so on. A civil case is brought by another person. A person cannot be arrested for a civil matter. However, the guilty has to compensate for the damages caused to victim. Criminal disputes. A criminal dispute deals with offences against society such as theft, robbery, murder, rape, and so on. A criminal case is brought by the government. Criminal disputes are handled by criminal lawyers. A person proved guilty of criminal offence is fined or imprisoned. Lok Adalat. Lok Adalats or People's Court were formed in 1984 to reduce the burden of work on regular courts. Lok Adalats accept cases that are pending in the regular courts. A Lok Adalat is presided over by a sitting or retired judge with two other members, usually a lawyer and a social worker. There is no court fee. The Lok Adalat settles disputes through conciliation and compromise. The decision of the Lok Adalat is treated as final and binding on all parties. No appeal can be made against the decisions of the Lok Adalat in any court of law. This is because in a Lok Adalat the case is settled with mutual consent. For speedy justice, the disputes can be brought before the Lok Adalat directly instead of bringing them to a regular court first. An independent judiciary. An independent judiciary is integral to the smooth functioning of democracy. Our constitution ensures that the judiciary is independent of the executive and legislature. This is secured in various offices by an order of the President, which has been ratified by two-thirds of majority of both houses of parliament. A person who has been a judge of Supreme Court is not allowed to serve in any other court or law in authority in India.